Hi everyone, welcome to A Piece of Peace. Today is April 5th, 2020, and this morning I went right into my journal and expressed to the Lord, "Good morning, Lord, thank you for this new day." I again wrote out what I had gratitude from, and this morning was a little bit different. I had opened up my journal and I said to him, I just read through February 6th, my journal entry, and the things you taught me through your word. So powerful. I also read through previous entries and could see a thread of your preparing me for such a time as this. Preparing me to draw close and stay close to you, and you opened up my ears to listen, my eyes to see, and my spirit to experience your direction. And I just said, thank you. He said back to me, he said, rest here in my presence. Allow it to sink deeply into you. It says, rest deeply in my presence. I want to feel you. I want to empower you. I'm here. Listen closely. So the one thing that has come up in our culture is definitely a time of pausing, and I believe a time of resetting things as well, focusing on stuff that we haven't had the time to focus on, having family times because we're now in our homes. And I want to go back and read to you from that journal entry that I'm speaking about. In February 6th. I said, good morning, Lord. Thank you for this new day. Again, thank you for these early morning gathering times with you. Oh, how I treasure them. I said, please open me up to hear what you would want for me today. I want to be able to walk with you all throughout my day. Please guide me and help me to stay close to you as this day unfolds. And I just said how much I love him. The scriptures for that day were in Laments and Lamentations, actually. It was in Lamentations 2. And it spoke of how the Israelites in Jerusalem, everything was falling apart for them. Their freedoms were being upheaved. Their normal way of functioning was stopping, and people were there was a famine going through, and people were dying of hunger, and the lamentations that were coming out were all of the Israelites crying out to God because of how everything had changed so drastically from their normal way of life. We're experiencing some of that today. Their view of why that was happening was because they had lost sight of the presence of God, and things had become outside of his presence. Their functionality had become outside of God's presence, and a lot of things were chaotic, and they were crying out to God, crying out, lamenting towards him with all that was going on. And I see that today as well, as our world seems to be upheaved, and maybe because we've lost our focus of God's presence. And I do believe he's calling us to find our peace and our purpose in that today. And I'm going to go on here a little bit on this February 6th. In the devotion for that day, it says, it's good to pour out our hearts to God. Lament is a crucial part of being human. Even when God permits such pain, he grieves with us, made as we are in his image. he must lament too. I just wrote out, dear God, I'm hurting because, and you put whatever you want in that. Dear God, I'm hurting because of this. What is he showing you? Ask him to show you what pieces of your life you've been self-sufficient, things where you've done it by yourself, things where you've fallen away from his presence, where we've been finding our securities, where we've been finding, what have we been going to other than him? Please see my grief. Please show your strength in my life today. Then I wanted to move on to it. Jesus calling said, this is all what he's bringing up today as I woke up. Here it says, come to me and rest. I am all around you to bless and restore. Breathe me in with each breath. We even talked about that a few days ago. The way just ahead of you is very steep. Slow down and cling tightly to my hand. I am teaching you a difficult lesson learned only by hardship. Lift up empty hands of faith to revive my precious presence. Light, life, joy, and peace flow freely through this gift. When your focus turns away from me, you grasp for other things. You drop the glowing gift of my presence as you reach for lifeless ashes. Could that be what's been happening too now? Our focus has turned away from him, and that we're grasping other things. We drop the glowing gift of his presence as we reach for things that are like lifeless ashes, empty, which can't bring about life or peace or hope or joy. He says, return to me, regain my presence. I sat and pondered that for a bit as I feel his drawing us back into a deep relationship with him. Not a religious thing, but a relationship. I looked outside and he says, Janelle, I created all of this nature before I created man. And it is for your pleasure, and it is to have you look at it, it is to point you back to me. It's like he uses everything around us to bring us back into his presence. I'm going to read that little piece for you again. When your focus turns away from me, you grasp for other things. You drop the glowing gift of my presence as you reach for lifeless ashes. Return to me. Regain my presence. Lord, I do pray in this season that all of us, in this season of pause, that you do an incredible reset in our lives, that you take the appropriate place, that your presence is what we seek after wholeheartedly, what your will for us is. I pray you to fill each person watching this and those who call out to you as we draw near to you. You promise to draw near to us. And as we engage with you again, God, I pray you bring healing over our bodies, over our land. We love you, Jesus. Let you receive all glory as we come back. In your holy name I pray. At the end of this segment, there's going to be a link for you to be able to watch a song written about this. But here's our piece of peace today. God bless you. Come